y'all. Long time no see. I have so many videos that are just gonna drop probably on the same day because I think the other one I have to edit. This one I'm hoping not to have to edit. To not have to edit. But I want to talk because I was just sitting here talking to myself. I just did a tarot reading for myself and I realized some things, and the biggest lesson I just taught myself was to stop living in hypotheticals. We're always worrying about the future, and it's like spiritually I know all these things. That's the thing though, it's like applied education. Like you can learn a whole bunch of shit and not learn anything at all. Like I forgot, there's like a study being done with the children right now, and it's like they see the word but they don't know what it actually means and shit like that. You know, they just know how to sound it out or whatever, or not even how to sound it out or spell it. It's just they see the word and they know what it is. They see cat and it's like, okay, well that's because when I looked at it, it's just like colors. They're learning their words like colors basically. And so that's kind of how like my spirituality goes a lot of the time, because I'm pretty stubborn. I can't say that. I'm in the era of taking accountability. And yeah, and so what I just taught myself was basically that everybody is living in a hypothetical most of the time. I have a book called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. I'll try to link that if I remember. But it's a really good book, and it's the power of now, literally. Like it's always just about living in the now and how much trying to assume what can happen in the future or planning for the future or always worrying about tomorrow or next week or next month or next year, how much it can drain you, and how like it doesn't benefit you at all. It doesn't do anything for you, yet we still try to chase tomorrow. And mind you, I don't even like I don't like living that way, for lack of better words. I don't even know what I was gonna say, but should have put my phone on D&D. Oh no, I think I can still do that. But yeah, mind you, I don't even like believe in always rushing towards the future. Like that is not a way that I live. I try to live in the now or today, and I don't ever worry about tomorrow. I don't. But the thing is, even though I live in just today and I'm never worrying about tomorrow, I typically worry about the future, next week or next month, like, you know. And I'm not always present in the now, because the power of now isn't just, hey, live in today, don't overthink tomorrow. It's being present in the right now, like quite literally right now, not just in this day, like, oh, today's gonna be a good day, like I have my day planned out ahead of me. It's appreciating right now, because we take death for granted a lot of time. I don't see death as a bad thing, but it's just like you can end your server at any point in time. Like that's how I think of it. Like you can quite literally check out at any time, and you thought that you had all this other time to live and do all these different things, and it's like you should have just been focused on right now, today. And so today I told myself, like, I'm always living a hypothetical, and that's not healthy, because I'm always worrying about what a person might do to me, might hurt me, they might not like me, they might, you know, living in hypotheticals, but I don't know. And I feel like that's because of my own traumas. No, that is because of my own traumas and my own unregulated functioning system. I don't call it nervous system anymore. Like I'm a very strong believer in the power of words, but in my nervous system is unregulated, and that's due to all the things that I grew up with, different relationships that I faced, situationships, all those different things. And I call myself an empath, and I truly do feel for other people. I truly feel other people's emotions, but I don't typically put myself into other people's shoes. I call myself even a selfless person, but a lot of my actions are selfish, and selfish to an extent of even my vessel. I'm never living through my soul. I'm always being selfish as my vessel as well. And I think Christians talk about this. I think I've seen like a clip of church talking about this, like you being selfish because, or you think you got it all figured out, or you think you smarter than God basically, but God got the plan, and which, but God has the plan, and you trying to take over basically. And although I don't believe in something external, it makes sense because it's the same way that I'm living. Like, I know that everything's gonna work out, or I claim to know that everything's gonna work out, and yet I still do things or act in ways that is like, okay, it's not gonna work out. And so I was doing my tarot reading, and I just started fucking flowing. I've been getting in the flow state a lot. I've actually made some new pieces of art. This one was already in the makes, but I'm just like, outlining and stuff, making it clean and all of that, finishing. Uh, I also made that one over there in the window last night. I don't know if y'all can really see it, but I locked the hell in. Like, it wasn't even last night. It was like maybe like 4 p.m. and I finished at 8. Like, I just locked in, like, out of nowhere. And I usually don't finish art pieces in a day. Like, excuse me. If you look over there, even, like, those are from years ago even. I think that smaller one is like from like 2022. Like, I typically don't, but I had a rush in me. And so I locked in on this tarot reading, and one thing it had told me was like, bro, honestly, I just forgot what I was going to say. I did. I will not lie to you. I know it'll come back, but it's like, bro, like, you're living in this big hypothetical. Which one is it? Yeah, that's what it was. Which one is it? You're living in these hypotheticals of, okay, well, it all works out, but then you are going against that grain and saying, like, what? I forgot I had this one. What if it doesn't work out? Like, living in fear and stuff, and your subconscious, that comes from your subconscious. Everything typically comes from your subconscious belief. And I've been trying to work on that, and I thought I had it down. Like, I really did. And today made me realize, like, I don't, and that's okay. Like, I still have time to work on it, and I still will continue to work on it. But it was a root issue. Like, it was like waiting for your plants to germinate, and you're thinking, like, why the hell is it not? And there's a whole bunch of concrete under the soil. And so I was sitting with myself, like, what the hell? Like, I've been holding myself back this whole time because I've been afraid of the what if, and what people might think, and how they might react, and what might happen. And it's all fake. And my thing is, if I love myself so much, why not imagine the best for myself? Why not assume the best for myself? Why not be faithful in the best for myself? Because I truly do love myself. But I'm always in the headspace of how a person might think about me, and it's like, that's not my business. And I actually recently had a situation with that too. Like, somebody jumped into a conclusion of how I even felt about them, and it sent me into a spiral because it was like, okay, well, how do other people think about me? And I became kind of depressed about it. I honestly, I did. I became really depressed about it. I was overthinking everything. It sent me into a fucking spiral. It was during Mercury retrograde too, so it made it even more intense. But it sent me through a fucking spiral, and I was just like super hurt about it. And it lasted, bro. I was afraid. Like, I was so afraid because I've struggled with depression for a very long time in my life, and this is actually like the first year that I've gotten out of it. Like, last year was a pretty good year for me, but it was like also like the spillover. Like, how can I explain that word this better? Like, it was the overflow into better. Like, it's like rinsing a cup out. You have coffee in a cup and you keep pouring the water in, the coffee is spilling out, but it's not all the way clear yet. And that's what that year was for me. So it was better, but it wasn't completely good. And stepping into this year was my year of, hey, I haven't been depressed. Hey, I am doing good. Hey, I am doing better. And that sent me into a fucking spiral. And it made me so disappointed because I didn't deserve that. I didn't. And so I was sitting in a bad place. Like, I'm telling y'all, like 2 weeks straight, and then I got out of it and I went right back into it. So like the whole fucking Mercury retrograde, then with that whole month and some, I was going through a fucking spiral. And that upset me because it's like, bro, I was afraid because I know what it was for me to be depressed. I know what it was for me to sit in depression, and I don't ever want to be in that place again. I never wanted to be in that place again. I didn't want to be in that place again. And so I was afraid that I was about to spiral into that place all over one message. And it was based off of the hypotheticals, off of assumption. Like, what if everybody else thinks like this? What if everybody else, but there was no reason for me to think that. Nobody else texted me like that. Nobody else said that to me. Nobody else, shit, I doubt anybody else even felt that way. Because I have a lot of secure friendships. And instead of me saying like, okay, this is this one person's thoughts and feelings, and how do I move forward with this, I started sending myself to a spiral. And that was that. But it was all a hypothetical, and it impacted me very, very strongly. Like, that was detrimental to me. Like, it impacted me really bad. And even with, like, in other situations with love and things like that, being afraid of this person treating you like the last person, this person this person treating you like somebody else in the past, this situation going like the last situation. And so we're just a whole bunch of people living in hypotheticals, and not for the better good. Because literally I'm always so positive about everything, but internally I haven't been. Because if it all works out, what if it all works out? What if it all goes well? What if it all is good? What if everything is okay? Yeah, I'm holding myself back. And I literally just told somebody this. Somebody I'm seeing, I just told somebody, like, you're worried about the wrong shit. Like, you're gonna hold yourself back from so many good things coming your way, coming into your life, because you're afraid of them, or because you're still stuck in a past mindset of being hurt. And mind you, it also made me think, there's a saying I just saw, like a video I just saw, and it was like, basically, you're holding on to pain, or like you're trying to hold on to the proof of pain that nobody's coming to be like, what did you go through in your life? Like, and you're like, oh, I have all this baggage, all this pain, all this hurt. Like, remember somebody did this to me, and nobody's gonna come and give you brownie points for that. Like, you're sitting waiting for somebody to come prove to you that you didn't deserve those things. But you can prove to yourself right now. You can prove to yourself in this very moment that it's okay. Like, I don't have to sit and dwell. I don't have to be dormant in something that doesn't serve me. Like, we all go through shit, and it's a hard reality. We go through shit that we did not deserve. We've gone through shit as children, as teens, preteens, adults. We're going to keep continuing to go through shit. It may not be as bad, but life literally goes on, and you have to sit and think like that. You have to sit with yourself and understand that life does go on. It's going to have to. And whether you sit in that dormancy of what somebody else did to you 10 years ago, 3 years ago, I mean, bitch, well, life going to keep going. You can live in 2018 all you want to, bitch. It's 2026. Then it's going to be 2028 and 29 and 40. Nobody's coming to look and reflect on the things that you've gone through and give you brownie points, or because then it's like, ask yourself, why am I doing that? Like, who am I waiting to come apologize to me? Like, understand that likely if those people are still alive and able, if you're looking for an apology or some type of fulfillment from those people, they're not going to do it. They may, but they're not. You have to assume that they're not going to do it because they're alive right now too. Shit, bitch, you could apologize today. They can change today. They haven't. But you have to be okay with the possibility that they won't. And that's something very hard to actually, like, grasp. I've been going through the grief of that, like, letting people go and understanding that some people are comfortable with where they're at. They like it. They may never move out of it. But I can't suffer and sit with myself and just wait for somebody to change. That's not my responsibility either. And a lot of the time, these come from the adults in our lives, our parent figures, aunts and uncles, older siblings, past friends. Like, this comes from shit. Like, bro, they're alive today. If they wanted to apologize to you, they could have done it. If it happened, my nose look crooked. If it happened 10 years ago, they had 10 years to apologize to you. They haven't. And that's something I kind of came to grasp like about a month ago. And so I went to those people myself and was like, hey, bitch, I didn't like this. Hey, this hurt my feelings. And they didn't even give me the response that I wanted. But it's like, what did I expect as well? Hold on, y'all, I got eggs boiling. I'll be back. You have to sit and ask yourself, what am I expecting out of this? Like, what is the outcome that I'm looking for? And also, when you give yourself the answer, accept that may not be a possibility. Surrenderance. I always tell myself, like, surrender, like, you're just supposed to surrender. And once you surrender, good things start happening. And I know that to be a fact. I do. And it's not like, oh, let the world fuck you over and just like, why everybody fuck you over? No. But to be at peace with the outcome of anything. Now, put your energy towards the outcome that you want, of course. But be at peace that the outcome, no matter what it is, you're going to be fine. It's going to always work out for you. My lips is crusty. That's okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to work out, you know? And so I was sitting with myself. I just had a flashback. But I was just sitting with myself and I'm like, I've been talking about the same shit for months. And I've been trying to preach the same shit. I just had another fucking epiphany. I've been preaching the same shit for months. And I haven't been telling myself, like, practice what you preach, yeah. But I've always tried to pour into people more than myself. I've always tried to teach people that, you know, you're capable of being loved. It's okay for you to have good things happen to you. And you are worthy of a true love. And not people fucking you over. Not people hurting you. Or whether that's emotionally or physically or anything like that. Not people cheating on you and all that blase. Like, you're deserving of good things to happen to you. And then being authentic in yourself. I've always tried to teach that too, and I'm pretty good at that part. Like, I've won that over. But all these different things, just being yourself and being true to yourself and loving yourself and all this mumbo jumbo. But I haven't actually been doing it for myself. So I realized that in this very moment, actually. Like, girl, you just been talking all this shit, and where have you been at? And what I realized in this very moment is actually that's because I've always been trying to seek external validation, because I felt like if I poured into people more than I poured into myself, that they would pour it back, that it would be mutual, that it would be reciprocated. And I've been like that in my life. Not after today, but I've been like that my whole life. And that comes from a parental wound. Like, I'm telling you, this is just flowing. Like, I am literally, like, while you're listening to this, learning this about me, I'm learning about myself. And it comes from a parental wound, of course. Trying to prove to my parents that, like, they can do better and blase, or I am worthy of being loved. And it really wasn't just my parents. It was really more my guardians, trying to prove that I'm like, oh, if I clean up, if I do this for you, if I'm quiet, if I, you know, all these different things, that you would love me properly or not abuse me. We're getting real. We're getting real. And they're not gonna come save me. They're not. Narcissists don't just wake up and like, I was a narcissist, let me change. Like, they don't just do that. Like, we have to also look at narcissism as like a mental illness, because deep down they're going through their own shit, and a lot of it is insecurity, a lot of it is lack of self-sufficiency. What other term am I looking for? Lack of self-sufficiency, lack of self-love, guidance. They're always looking for something external to validate them, and they don't see that as like a oh, let me be nice to people and they'll come back. They look at it like something that they can't do. It just makes sense. I'm trying to see how I can word this better. They look at it as, basically being good to people won't get me anywhere. Like, bullies is they're a prime example. Like, that's little kid narcissism. Like, but the thing is, they become adults and they continue to bully. But bullies, they, like, even in the movies, they always teach you, like, they're only bullies because they got their own shit going on. That's quite literally what narcissism is. Not masculine narcissism. Let me just say that. It's the same shit, but that's more. We don't give them no motherfucking pass. Oh my gosh, I haven't brushed my hair in days now. It's just been in this fucking braid. But I'm looking for, or I'm waiting for, an apology that may never happen. I'm waiting for a change that may never happen. And it's like, well, why? Because I feel like I deserve that. I feel like that and not just for me, my little girl stuff, but the thing is, it's not coming. It's not. And if it does, like, okay, whoop-de-doo, but it doesn't change the trajectory of my life. Once it happens, what happens next? All of a sudden, you're like, hey, let me put some pep in my step. Hey, let me be happy today. Hey, they came to apologize to me. My whole life has changed. No. Unrealistic. That's not what, like, that's not going to happen. And you have to think of, since we're thinking of hypotheticals, if they come and they apologize, or they take back what they said, or they make it up to you, or I don't know, whatever it is that you're looking for, if they come and do that, or they come be the boyfriend or the girlfriend or the spouse, the person, the partner that you always wanted, then what? What fulfillment do you gain? And I ain't gonna lie to you, if you think on a romantic scale, if you think that because a motherfucker comes back into your life and they're the friend or the partner that you always wanted them or needed them to be, and you accept that, you're a dummy, bitch. I'm sorry, you're a dummy, bitch. When it comes to friendships, it is different. That is completely different, but to an extent, it's not. It is the same thing. People change. I am a firm believer in people changing, but that doesn't mean you have to stoop down low, especially when it comes to partners. I'm sorry, you're a dummy, bitch. And I'm talking with time progressing, because what made you realize, like, no, everybody has choices, and I mean as an adult, not no little kid shit. Like, if you had, I don't even know why that would be a thing, but if you had some little kid relationship or something, I mean, if it hurt you that bad, that's a childhood wound. That is not that person. That's some shit you need to work on. But if a person comes back, it's like, what made them realize? What, you couldn't find nothing better, or you realize that you were wrong, or woo doo doo bam bam? You don't deserve to be a second option. I don't apologize. I was gonna say I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm not sorry. I've never been sorry. I'm not no sorry ass bitch. I don't apologize. It's like, what do you, I mean, come on now, what fulfillment do you get out of that? Wow, finally. I can't wait to tell our future children that your mama was a stupid bitch. Your daddy was a stupid bitch. Your parent was a stupid bitch. I waited. Your daddy fucked me up. And I mean, like, serious shit. Like, somebody cheating on you. Somebody, being indecent, abusive, all these, like, and they came back like, hey, I want my family. No. No. What are you, like, come on now. You don't actually care. Maybe I'm being, or speaking from my own thing, but I don't, like, I had to tell myself, I don't actually care. That's the thing. Like, even thinking of, like, people now, it's like, oh, well, they came and showed up. People I had real strong liking for, I really fancy, they came back, was like, you know what, Mari, baby, I'm sorry, and I want to do this, and I want to, who? Not me. My name is Nicole. Like, I wouldn't even want it. Like, I don't ever, like, that's an insecurity thing. Like, that's low. And you know, there's people out there right now that are going through that shit. You might be going through that. Don't go through that no more. And honestly, I kind of feel like you kind of trapped. Why the fuck would I trap myself? I'm telling you, it's like, and then there's gonna be qualities where they're going to be trying to overcompensate. It's not gonna go good. Throw it away. You shouldn't even be in it, you know? Now there might be some person out there with their happily ever after, but there's gonna be some built up resentment. Like, shit don't just go away. You have to heal it, and y'all can go through the counseling, y'all can go through the healing with each other, and maybe it end up fine. But that's little shit. Not showing up in the way that you need them to, not being reciprocated, not showing up fully, like maybe ghosting or being dry, shit like that. Not showing up as they with their full, not reciprocating the same energy that you're showing them. But like I said, when it comes to emotional abuse, physical abuse, toxicity, cheating, you're a dummy, bitch. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. You can't even lie to you. I'm not sorry. You're a dummy, bitch. No shit. You're a dummy, bitch. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. Because really deep down, all that you were looking for, and you feel that fulfillment because that parental wound, that childhood wound. Even with bullies or something, like if you were bullied as a child, waiting for your bullies to come back and say something to you, like, I'm so sorry. Waiting for your mama to be like, I didn't mean to call you a raggedy ass bitch. Waiting for your daddy to be like, oh, I should have showed up more in your life. That's all that's coming from. It's not because of that person. Shit, it's too many chickens in the field, bitch. It's too many fish in the sea. You only feel that way because you were waiting for that validation. And it's not even about them. Again, it's about something that happened in your childhood. Because let's be serious. Comparison real quick. Think about, because we're on the hypotheticals. Think about, hold on. Before I continue, that is also in the power room now. This is also, I think Bashar even, the spirituality period. They be saying, you have to stop running away from the feeling. Sit in it. Not just sit in it, but evaluate it. Carl Jung. CarlJung. Oh, I love me some Carl. I love me some Carl Jung. But he talks about the shadow. That's actually where shadow work came from, in a way. You know, we all got our own terms and stuff, but he introduced that. Or whatever. But he talked about that, like, I'm angry. I'm letting anger pass through me. Why am I angry? Not just like oh, let me take a deep breath and get over this shit. Or let me just beat the person's ass or some shit. You know, I don't know. Why am I angry? Why did this situation make me angry? How am I going to move past it? And what benefits me the most with moving past it? Not just sweeping it under the rug, not just ignoring it, but how can I actually evaluate this situation so that it benefits me now and then being the future? Now, let me pause because I definitely forgot what I was going to say. Ask yourself, where did this wound come from? And why am I waiting for whatever it is that I'm waiting for? This apology, this change in personality, whatever, with bam bam. Why? TikTok. Why? And oh my goodness, I just had another fucking epiphany. Hold on, I gotta sit with myself real quick. Also goes into, why am I assuming the worst as well? Oh, philosopher. This also goes into, why am I assuming the worst? I'll give y'all my really good guy. Smart, talented. He's a beautiful person from what I've seen. Even that, like, what you mean from what you've seen, it's just, he's beautiful or not. assuming that he might be secretive about his dark side or some shit. But he hasn't showed me anything wrong. I've expressed, like, I was so scared. I expressed to him one day, like, hey, like, woo bam bam, and he gave me the perfect answer. Like, it was so validating. I was so scared to send a message. Mind you, he's older, so it's like, hey, I'm expecting more out of you, bitch, because you had more time for that frontal lobe and that emotional intelligence to come through. But I was sitting there, I was like, damn, I've never had nobody do that. Like, I've always been scared of telling a person how I felt because they've treated me bad or they've reacted in the way I didn't want them to react. And I'm even going through that now. But he just added to the fact that that's, like, it doesn't have to be bad. And that comes from a childhood wound. My family was like that. Like, I could never express myself because they would always, like, just beat my ass or you can't talk back. Like, y'all know the fucking real. That shit not funny. but you know the real. Like, growing up in a black household, you likely. Who was that? Don't be anti-black, bitch. But yeah, blase, that came from a childhood wound. And not only did it come from that childhood wound, what sprouted from that, what grew out of that is a low self-esteem. And so when I ran into these problems in the real world or in my adulthood, in my teenage years, it was normal to me. And so these are things that I'm always expecting now. And so I would run into boys that would, I remember I was dealing with somebody and it was like, hey. And I told him, I was like, one day I was like, I don't want to have sex somewhere. Like, I just want to take back my power. I feel like, because it was a dynamic where I was always drained after. And that's just your body telling you, hey, bitch, no. But I didn't realize that in that moment. And I was like, I just want to, like, take back my power. Once I did start realizing, like, this is not a equal exchange of energy, I don't want to have sex. Like, we good. Like, we go on really nice dates. Like, he always paying for shit, Mr. Pay for shit. And he is cool. He funny. He always listen to me. He was kind of boring himself. But I was the personality for the relationship. So it was like, da-da-da. And so I was never tripping. Like, he wasn't too boring. Like, he would do everything that I wanted him to do, It was just like, damn, you don't want to do nothing. But yeah, I told him that. He was like, he basically got funky about it. I'm like, bitch, hold on. He got real funky about it. And it wasn't like he was mean or nothing. But I definitely, like, in his mind, he thought, like, oh, because I'm fucking somebody else. And his friends told him that, too. Like, I don't know why the fuck his friends... Why the fuck is your friends even in the business, bitch? Definitely cut his ass off. But he got real weird after that, too. Like, yeah, it was really weird. I was like, oh, yeah, bitch, I'm not fucking with you no more. He did try to come back and try to make it up or whatever. And I was like, no, bitch, I don't fuck with you. That's what I'm saying. I'm not no dummy, bitch. I don't fuck with you. You can pay for these motherfucking heels and this motherfucking boba. But take me to Chipotle and Cane's, but I don't fuck with you. And so that was that. I don't know why I brought that up. Oh my gosh, what are we at? He's an example of what I was expecting to happen, because at this point is like my body, bitch. Like, what the fuck? Like, we have to have sex? I'm confused. Like, bitch, you're weird. Overly confused on these hoes. Like, what's he? But he was the only person that I've experienced that way. Sometimes it would be like abusive tendencies after. Like, I would express something, and I've been abused before. I would express something and a bitch would get out their body. Let me tell you, that was the motherfucking first time and the last. Bitch, I would never, that's one thing I never fell short with a bitch playing with me, though. You're not gonna put your motherfucking hands on me, bitch. You could say whatever fucking, you're not gonna call me on my name. You're not gonna yell at me. You're not gonna put your hands on me. I've always had that down pat. But when it came to emotional things, it was harder for me because that's what I experienced the most, was emotional abuse. And it was hard to get over. A bitch came immune to the whoopings. Like, bitch. And I started, like, I don't know how you got life fucked up. But yeah, blase. But it was just, again, a childhood wound. And so I sat with myself and I asked, like, where did that come from? It came from my childhood. And what other examples have I faced, or what other situations have I faced that came from my childhood in this certain matter? So what other situations made me feel afraid to express myself because of the reaction that I expected? Living in hypotheticals, he was really good about it. Like, he told me everything I needed to hear. Like, it was really good. And that was that. Like, he's very communicative, and I was like, I really appreciated that. But because there's always a but going forward, I still was afraid of, like, what he could not be telling me. What if he don't really like me for real? Like, but it's like, bitch, why would he be dealing with you? And then you see these shits on social media is so toxic, because then you see shit on social media and it's like, oh, niggas don't like you if this, and he don't actually like you, and we be doing this. Never in life could I run into somebody like that. I love myself too much. So I assume the best. If we're gonna live in hypotheticals, I'm going to assume the motherfucking best. Firstly, because I don't deserve no shit like that. But secondly, because, bitch, I'm not playing with you. And there's signs, there's red flags. And so that's when you start telling yourself, hey, let me ask a question to my motherfucking self. How do I feel about this? And even today I did that. I said, how do I feel about this? And I told myself, no, not here. How do I feel about this? I feel safe. I feel secure. I'm okay. Like, life is going to happen and life is going to go on. And this can be really good. But I'm going to assume that it can get really good until it is not. I don't deserve to sit in a place of dormancy and negativity. No, I'm not doing that. The fuck? Like, this is your life. Why the fuck do your life have to be bad? Why would you assume that your life is bad? You don't like yourself? You don't like yourself? Like, that's just like a friendship. Like, I'm my own friend. I will always assume the best for my friends. I don't want my friends to be the fuck. Like, why would I think, if my friend come to me like, hey girl, I got this business proposal, it's gonna be good, girl. You gonna get it. I got this job interview. You gonna get the job. I meet this dude. Be watchful, bitch. Because we don't fuck with them. Be watchful. But I know it's gonna go good for you. And definitely look out for the signs. It's a human. Like, I'm sorry. No shade. But it do get different on these hoes. But I think it's gonna go good. And your date gonna go good. And your relationship gonna go good. And the conversation is gonna go good. You know? So many different things that we could be negative about, but we don't. And so you have to give that same love to yourself. You have to sit in that same light for yourself and tell yourself that everything's gonna be okay. It's gonna be all right regardless. Even if this doesn't work out, even if I don't get this job, religious people are really good at this. Everybody's really good at this. God has something better for me. The universe has somebody, well, shit, I guess. But the universe has something better for me, you know? Yeah, somebody better for me, something better for me. Like, that's okay. You just have to believe that. Because if you start believing some bullshit, then, I mean, bitch, bullshit gonna happen. You are what you attract. You attract what you are. And so I had to just sit with that and be in that, because why am I telling myself bad stuff is gonna happen? No shade, like, that's trifling. Like, that's giving hating asshole. Because if somebody came to me and was, I would call that as a monitoring spirit. But if somebody came to me and was always negative about what's going to happen for me, I would cut that bitch off. So guess what? I'm cutting my old self off. I'm cutting this scary self off. I'm cutting this afraid self off. This dormant self off. This negative self off. Period. I love y'all so much. Cut your negative self off. Think in the now. And if you have a negative moment, think, why am I thinking like this? And what better could I think? I love y'all. I really hope this resonates and, like, really sits into your soul, because I just over the last couple of months, I've seen so many things be ruined based off of negative assumption. And based off negative assumption and negative perception too. Like, you can perceive yourself in a negative light and think that bad things are always happening for you because you think that's what you deserve. No shade. Excuse me. But always assume the best for yourself. I love y'all so much. Have a good day.